Donald Trump is panicking and switching into Horseface mode, referring to Stormy Daniels now exclusively as Horseface. He used to, first it was Stormy Daniels, then it was Stormy Horseface Daniels, and now it is just Horseface. In a global humiliation of Trump panicking, I would say he's red in the face, but because he's so orange, you can't tell, about the possibility that he may be indicted in connection with the entire Stormy Daniels affair. And it's an affair both in the sense that it is an incident, and it is an affair also in the sense that Trump had an affair with Stormy Daniels. Look at this insanity that happened this morning and over the last 24 hours with Donald Trump. This is a man who is not well, and he's arguably on the edge not only of major legal trouble, but he seems to be close to a complete and total mental breakdown. Panicking and furious about everything, even things he has misunderstood, which is really the summary of modern republicanism. We are furious about things we either misheard, misinterpreted, or flat out don't understand. Take a look at this. Trump posting to Truth Social, quote, "I did nothing wrong in the Horseface case." This is a former president. "I did nothing wrong in the Horseface case. I see she showed up in New York today trying to drum up some publicity for herself. I haven't seen or spoken to her since I took a picture with her on a golf course in full golf gear, including a hat, close to 18 years ago." I guess he's saying if he was wearing golf gear, they couldn't possibly have engaged in sexual intercourse. "She knows nothing about me." Well, she actually seems to know some intimate things about Trump. "She knows nothing about me other than her con man lawyer Avenatti, misspelled, and convicted liar and felon jailbird Michael Cohen may have schemed up. Never had an affair with her. Just another false acquisition by a capital S sleazebag witch hunt." I assume Trump means a false accusation, but he called it an acquisition. Can you imagine a guiltier sounding statement than this? "I was wearing so many clothes around her that there's no way anything happened. And also her face is a horse face. So she's not attractive enough, I guess, for Trump to have had an affair with her." Now, the other thing a couple people emailed me about is, to what degree is Trump focusing on this term affair? Like, in Trump's mind, maybe affair means something different than an isolated sexual encounter. I don't know. I don't know whether there's some kind of technicality there. Trump continuing and then switching over to his other obsession, Ron DeSantis, saying, quote, "In addition to wanting to cut Social Security and raise the minimum age to at least 70 and Medicare, Rhino Ron DeSanctimonious is delivering the biggest insurance company bailout to globalist insurance companies in history. He's also crushed Florida homeowners whose houses were destroyed in the capital H hurricane. They're getting pennies on the dollar. His insurance commissioner does nothing while Florida's lives are ruined. This is the worst capital I insurance, capital S scam in the entire capital C country." And then lastly, just hours ago, turning caps lock on and completely off the wall, posting, quote, "The fake investigations by radical left Democrat prosecutors are nothing other than election interference into the politics of a failing nation, MAGA." Now, I want to try to be really crystal clear here. It is okay to acknowledge that there is a comedic element here. When you hear when you hear Trump talk about Ron DeSantis and use the term horseface in a serious manner and all these things, I understand that there's, 76-year-old man sort of like screaming at clouds with nicknames and insults, and he's dark orange and he's sweating and he's mistaking words and furious at whoever's running the teleprompter. There's a hugely comedic element here. But we also need to not allow the cartoonish comedy of it to get in the way of remembering that this man was president for 4 years. He had access to the most sensitive information. He had access, at least theoretically, to the nuclear codes and could have launched nuclear weapons. He was the head of state in the sense of running foreign policy for a while, even though he understood nothing. That's not funny. And we don't want to let the humor of it, and I agree there's humor. It's okay to recognize the humor of it, and sometimes we recognize the humor so that we laugh instead of cry. I get it. We don't want to let that minimize the danger of this man in our minds. And Sam Harris recently spoke about this, and whatever you think about Sam Harris, every once in a while, Sam Harris has some extraordinarily prescient points. Sam Harris spoke about this recently. We can't let the humor get in the way of the fact that this is crazy and dangerous. All caps, Horseface, DeSantis, all this difference. Yeah, okay, I get it. But this is a very dangerous person. And if he were to become president again, it would potentially be disastrous for the United States and for the world. We'll have more on this on our Instagram. Search Instagram for David Pakman Show. You'll find plenty there. One of our sponsors today is Fume. Fume's mission is to help people cut out the bad habits. Fume is not a vape. There's no nicotine. Fume is a wooden, non-electric device that delivers plant-flavored air and gives you something to do with your hands. That's it. Instead of pods filled with potentially harmful chemicals like a vape, Fume uses cores infused with plants like peppermint and cinnamon for a delicious, satisfying sensation that really is powerful. It has an adjustable airflow dial, a magnetic end cap, so it always gives your fingers something to do. People trying to conquer bad habits know exactly how important those factors are. Sometimes you have to replace a negative habit with a benign one to accomplish your goal. Read the reviews online. Thousands of people are talking about how Fume is the perfect alternative for that hand-to-mouth fixation. Head over to tryfume.com and use the code PAKMAN to save 10% when you get the Journey Pack, which comes with the device and 3 flavors. The link is down below.